So back to you were a tour manager, then you transitioned to manager A&R, correct?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So I stopped touring. The last tour I went on was Reese LaFleur. I was out on the road, Reese LaFleur and Sunny Digital. I mean, I still go out from time to time with my clients. Like if I have somebody that goes on tour, like I have somebody going on tour in September this year, and I'm gonna go out for a couple of days just to make sure the tour is set up properly. But as far as tour managing, like it kind of runs this race. Like you get to a certain point where you hit a glass ceiling with it. Like you're either going to continue to be a tour, you're going to continue to stay on the live show side and go from tour managing to production manager, or like to running the entire shit with everybody, or you're just going to be like, nah, like it's a transitional period. Like what you going to do next? So I've seen it where a lot of people who were tour managers, they're now like managing some of the artists that were on other tours that somebody seen how they work. So now they're like, yo, like I really like your work ethic or the way you work. So they'll pick up a client. That's actually how I started managing Young Chop. When I went on tour with him and Reese LaFleur, he was like, yo, like you be working, dog. Like I need somebody like that on my team. So that's how that happened. But yeah, so I kind of just transitioned into a more of an executive role. Like I was like, yo, like touring is cool, but it's taking a toll on being gone for 2-3 months at a time. And now like you got all this other shit you want to get done at home. And when you're on tour, you're locked in. Like literally it's the same thing. It's the same situation over and over, but just a different city. Like you become tuned after like the first week. You get into a rhythm and you start hitting that same rhythm. But little do you know that rhythm is not the same rhythm of the world. Cause like it's so funny because on tours, like you could be on a tour and it'd be a whole nother group or a whole nother artist that is on tour, but all tours are like cohesive. So like you'll be on a city one day and somebody else will be coming in the next day, and y'all tours will be like piggybacking each other. So you'll always run into them in random ass cities. And like it's crazy because people like literally people start breaking down this around the same time. Like you go into zombie mode because you're a machine for like a month, 2 months at a time. You're just a machine showing up.
As a consumer of music, I hate when I know an artist is on tour and they decide they want to drop an album. I can hear the tour in their album most of the time.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, like this isn't bad music because you're good at what you do, but you obviously weren't focused on creating music because you're living the tour life. And from everybody I've heard who's going on like no shit tours, it's wake up, travel, or you know what I mean? It's perform, travel, whoop de whoop, have your fun in that city that night. Maybe not, depends on the city. Wake up, travel, have fun, perform. And it's just this, it's about 4 or 5 things you do every day. You eat like shit. Your personal life typically does not end up in a great place because
you miss out on holidays. I don't miss so many holidays from touring. Like you miss all that shit. Like, but those are sacrifices. Those are the sacrifices that some artists take, and some artists like that separates you from being good and great.